Hello and welcome to another night of University of Hartford Overwatch. I am glad to be back, feeling a little bit rested. I am your humble caster, probably Peter, alongside Eric Culver in the same space, and we have in the Discord chat Kayla, Shoddy, with us today. We are a little minutes delayed, but the teams are still figuring things out. As you can see, we're still in lobby right now, but it should be a very interesting game. We are 2 days post a pretty major patch here. And I really wanted to ask Coach Culver, since you've been working with them for the last couple days, what are we going to be looking at? How has the patch really switched things up in the meta, and specifically from our Overwatch team, University of Hartford? What are we going to be expecting from them?
Honestly, based on the patch notes that came out, really not going to be expecting a lot of dramatic changes at this point. Um, as the meta progresses and as people recognize strengths and weaknesses of the of the game, we may see some adaptations. But as of our last two scrimmages that we've had on Tuesday and Wednesday, um, we're probably going to be sticking to a lot of the familiar stuff. Juno Brig, maybe some Marissa. Um, might see some Sojourn coming out from Cranky, as Sojourn did get a pretty comfortable buff with the orb that she has. So I'm looking forward to see how this plays out.
Yeah, and I'm super excited to see as well. Especially since we're going up against another team that could be very, very solid here. We're going to be going up against Penn State Rehmend. I did not Google that, or sorry, I did Google that. Rehmend doesn't have a translation. I think we might even have like a word misspelled or something. But regardless of what it is, Penn State is going to be our opposing team here today. And I mean, I was about to say as another school that's potentially in Connecticut, but I really don't think it's not. We do see University of Hartford playing a tried and true classic here, as we see them hop onto the Reinhardt and play Brawl on this map with the Sim TP, helping get to the point fast. Penn State also whipped that out, very solid look from them. But they're on the Ramattra, slight difference there, but Mesha able to find an anti-nade, Frankie able to find a very low Symmetra, but G-Witness finding the others, and Frankie forced out a wall, prevents only H from making it in and not drop fast enough as University of Hartford tries to scramble for something here. And Oriberu is going to sadly watch him kill only H. A very sad turn of events there, as the University of Hartford does have to go back to the drawing board, but only a small amount of percentage on the board. Looks like they might be swapping. Instead, they're actually going to stay, keep the Symmetra May comp here, a very, very solid overall comp. They're going to get back to 5 and teleport back on the plate most likely.
Teleport.
Ooh,
Tries to come through, but instantly gets blown up by the Echo on the team from Upwat. And May Mole not quite going to connect. Ramatra is still just living comfortably, but a good corner swing by Trueblade 16. Takes out Seppiano, and goes in deep for the pin. Doesn't quite connect onto the enemy Ramatra. Going, swinging like a madman, throwing a fire strike. Not going to connect, but does take out the Ramatra in the end. And now it's just an Ana and actually duplicated Echo trying to clutch his fight. Big nearly gets the Earth Shatter down, but gets canceled at the very last second by Trueblade 16. Great play by him. Orimaru just gonna try and shoot him out, and he does fall.
And a pretty good stagger there as well, as they actually just killed the Echo a little bit late there. Kayla, I want to throw it over to you. Have you played Overwatch since the change, since the Halloween patch has come through, and have you noticed anything in regards to like how characters have been feeling different?
Unfortunately, no, I haven't had the chance to play, but one of my friends was talking about it in class because he usually does update me on the updates. And I think one of the most shocking ones, from what I've heard, brought up with Sombra's change. Now her passive is a part of one of her attack, or a part of one of her like specialties or something like that. And it's definitely gonna be interesting seeing someone try to pull a Sombra during any of these matches in the future, since he has such a different she has such different game mechanics. It looks like University of Hartford definitely was able to take that earlier when it came to the Reinhardt. It was kind of almost like they used him as a distraction, which seemed to work since the entire team piled on him, which did not go too well in their favor.
Yeah, talking about 2 fights ago, it really does play like that. University of Hartford's Trueblade 16 kind of charging into the back line, creating separation and taking space, forcing everybody to just kind of look at him and make a second glance at whether or not, well, is this Reinhardt the real alpha threat? But we're seeing a lot of alpha threats right now as almost every ult just gets popped there. We have Simwall as well as Juno ult on. Cranky still able to find it through there. A Shatter goes wide and misses. Lumplot able to find Triple H 16. It is a 4v4. One goes down as well. Blackout down, but Cranky managed to equalize once again. University of Hartford used 3 ultimates there. Only 2 on the side of Penn State, but a swap as well over to the Orisa. But this fight is still going on. 90% still on the board, and Penn State is going to have to touch here pretty soon. Orisa going on around on the outside. Cranky still holding it down. It's going to be a 1v4, if not 5, as 2play16 does get back as well. But Orisa's just going to get burned down, and it's going to be overtime. Very short-lived as University of Hartford is going to pop any ultimates they still have. Cranky looking for another final kill, but overtime ticks all the way down, and University of Hartford takes map 1 on Lijiang Tower. Pretty solid effort from them.
Looking good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Penn State really struggled to handle the Symmetra coming out from Cranky. That guy, especially in that final fight there, built up that Simbi, was able to take out the Juno first, followed up by the enemy Symmetra, took out the Echo after that, and then a full tier 3 beam just ramped straight into the fortified Orisa. Nothing they could do about it.
Yeah.
Symmetra is. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Symmetra is definitely one of those characters where even after she's dead, she still poses some form of threat. I want to say through her turrets, unless I'm mistaken, unless she dies. But yeah, it's definitely interesting seeing both teams play Symmetra for a small amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and Hammer's in the backline.
Yeah, this is something that I definitely expected to come out. Triple H 16 really wanted to play a little bit of Ball here. As Ball is one of their favorite characters. They really like the Wrecking Ball character. Not able to get a lot of value here. When we were talking about distractions earlier, Ball is definitely a character that prides itself on being very good at distracting. But will make the correct decision. The smartest possible play you can make on Ball is to get off of Ball, especially at this elo. I
was just sitting here thinking, we have 0 scrims playing Ball on this map in the last multiple months. So I'm glad to see we opt into playing a little bit more comfort. And I think this Sim into this Orisa is going to be really, really strong. Triple H 16 is going to have to be a little disciplined facing the enemy Orisa in this matchup. But I think if he plays around his Sim properly, they are going to be a really dominant, front line.
Yeah, they are a ramping character, so as long as you can keep them up, that's why the shield is really solid, but the Reinhardt goes down, that's going to be the Symmetra following really quick afterwards, as once again the only H trying to get out, but unable to. At least they did it looking incredibly nice. We got bundles out, by the way. The stream is, of course, not brought to you by Overwatch, but if you want to buy the bundle, you can get this skin that is already gone. But it's really nice, it's cool, it looks nice. I like it. I am a fan of anime. As we're going to see a TP through the window, University of Hartford hopping on as fast as they possibly can. Just trying to put pressure on the plane. Instead, they actually cap it. Is a pretty good flip from them. A huge anti does come out. We're going to see the Sim ramping up once again. And this is a fight where they lived long enough to get that tier 3 ramp on the primary fire weapon. And they go crazy, getting 3 kills, if not 4, providing a lot of damage into all of those. Cassidy, the only one to live on the side of Penn State, and just limpers all the way back to spawn. University of Hartford is going to set up shop. And, I mean, this is a tough team comp on the side of University of Hartford. For Penn State to try and break. This is, like I said, a ramping comp. This is a comp where you can place down turrets. You even have ultimates on side for the Symmetra here. University of Hartford is looking pretty right now as Lumplot goes for the copy a little far away, has the May up, is wasting valuable seconds here, needs to get some damage in if they want to use this ultimate to get another ultimate. So far only at 18%, unlikely they're actually going to get anything from here. As the Echo ult is going to go down. We do see a huge orb, then a response shatters. University of Hartford goes through. That's a huge pin kill and pin damage. University of Hartford's Triple H 16 going utterly insane. Orisa also pops the ultimate, only able to find the only H. But Triple H 16 follows up for the 4K. Is he going to get the 5? Well, this is a miracle fire strike. I am going to doubt it. It could happen. University of Hartford's Triple H 16 does not, in fact, get the fire strike kill. But a solid 4K from the tank of the University of Hartford. As they put up more percentage here. They're getting close to final fight territory. It's going to be a left side rotate from the University of Hartford's perspective.
Now, only 2 ultimates on board for this fight coming in here. We have Sethiano with the High Noon and Blackout on the Brigitte. Oh, nearly gets the elimination before the fight even starts. Now Rally comes out and stuns the High Noon. Great play by Blackout, counteracting the enemy ultimate. And now a pretty noticeable advantage as this Rally armor procs up. The University of Hartford is just fully healthy, and so many weak health bars for Penn State is now, again, Cranky on the Symmetra, just ramping up. But, oh, gets taken out by a flanking Cassidy. Great value coming out there. The May, all that remains for Hartford. Now we're entering into a one-fight territory for University of Hartford in this first map.
But quite a lot of percentage to go for Penn State here, as it's going to give University of Hartford a couple of times to get that one fight win. But that was a huge double flank. Both the Cassidy and the Echo wrapping around point there, almost in perfect synchronization, to provide a lot of damage to the backline. University of Hartford just didn't notice it fast enough and just kind of got assassinated. University of Hartford also going to attempt this left side flank, or rotation, as they just try and position themselves on the point. But there's a big difference. They have the Sim TP, so once they even get to this position, or even the wall, as this Orisa's just kind of stuck, Sim wall does come down as well. That's a lot of walls in this fight. Nano goes onto the Orisa, however. It's going to be a lot harder to chunk down, but does get frozen, and Cranky able to build the ramp off of that. Is he going to be able to take it all the way down to the river, as Muro finding a good headshot onto Sethiano. University of Hartford taking back control of the point. This is the one fight that they needed to win, and they have the ultimates in to boot as well, as the University of Hartford just needed to fend off a Doom, and they're not even close enough to touch as University of Hartford takes map 1, Li Zhang, turning around a lot of their luck from last week.
Nice. Also, just someone pointed out one of the viewers pointed out that and as expected, True Blaze 16 gets to play the game. But someone mentioned that teams. What happened?
I didn't hit the transition button. Sorry, just background production stuff. I didn't hit the transition button, but it doesn't matter anymore, which is fun.
But someone pointed out that UHeart's in blue and Penn State's in red, but they
yes,
should.
I saw the comments about
the
3
color,
minutes.
The color too.
I can't switch the color. The color's got to stay like that, man. The color is static. We can't change the color. We don't have the budget to change the color. I can change the names, or I could change the color. What do you want? Great answer. I also wanted the names to change and the colors to stay the same. Sorry, just give me a second as I fix this.
So, Hartford played that really, really well. I think one of the most important things to point out on the side of the University of Hartford is how well they utilize that Symmetra. The tank player for Penn State, trying to play the Orisa into the Sim, really seemed to struggle. Every time the Muru, the May player for Hartford, landed a May wall, there was always a Reinhardt holding a shield, and then a Symmetra just holding the primary fire, ramping it up, and then doing 100 damage a second into a massive hitbox.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're watching a little bit of the delay feedback here on the Twitch channel, and that is exactly what's happening, and it's just textbook. It's one of those things that you really just kind of need to like get root down and just kind of keep on repping out. Because like it is a small thing, it's a connection between you and your tank, especially as a DPS player. If you don't play a lot of DPS or tank, and for the tank player, if you don't play a lot of DPS, you might not know what it's like to be in that position to actually do that. So just getting those reps in during scrim is really good, as well as facing off against that. You know, what do you do as the opposing team to stop a shield and then a damaged character behind that? You got to either burn the shield incredibly quick or come from off angles. And will say Penn State did a fantastic job coming off on an off angle in that one fight that they won to flip point halfway through second point on Li Zhang. That was a great double flank. But how intentional was that, and how replicable is that going to be for the rest of this game or match is going to be the deciding factor as to who wins this thing.
Yeah, and now we see next map selected is going to be Kings Row. I think Kings Row, it may be more difficult to make the Symmetra work. It absolutely can. It's a super valid option. The range on Kings Row can be a little more difficult to work around, though. I would not be surprised if we see Cranky switch over to a character like Sojourn, or possibly Cassidy, possibly Ashe. Again, just playing around, utilizing the long range, and yeah, shooting people from a distance.
I think shooting people is good in a video game.
Wait, wait, hold on.
In a video game. Sorry, I had to take that back.
That pause was alarming.
Just like to specify for my 2025 platform, I like shooting people in a video game.
I like shooting
Please.
people and video games.
I like that second part. That's fire. I like those things. Pretty cool. But anyways,
No more.
instead we're going to be going over to Kings Row, ye old future England. As the University of Hartford is going to be setting up with pretty much the exact same comp here with a slight change. You can't go up there, buddy.
How do you get the spectator overlay with your keybinds?
The Big Ben.
There's no spectator overlay.
You know,
In
like
live?
you
No.
know, how you can.
B.
All right, this isn't what I'm looking for.
Yo estoy the goat. What do you mean?
See Brigitte's.
You can set a hotkey,
like,
so you know, like the little circles over characters.
I tried it.
Yeah, you can.
You couldn't do it through that menu?
I don't think so. I mean, all of these are checked on. These are ping sound effects.
The University of Hartford pulling the Reinhardt out again. We also have Orimaru on the Mei. Honestly, Orimaru has been looking very, very fuego on the Mei overall. But Cranky here, off of the Symmetra, instead onto the very fast rail building Sojourn. This has been a patch that has been somewhat consequential, as Sojourn now has the ability to build rail off of her E, right?
That is correct, and it is. I think it's 15% of the damage. So if you deal like if you get a good placed orb into the enemy team, you can get like almost 2 rails off of that.
Ooh, but Cranky on the off angle gets a really large shot there into the Echo, makes him think twice about pushing forward. That might have been the difference between Jack Pep and living there or not. And University of Hartford is going to push back onto the point. No ticks given. University of Hartford facing off Rhine v. Rhine. Really going to be, honestly, it's going to come down to not just the individual skills of these Reinhardts, but instead how the team plays around it. So we see a lot more long-range action here on the side of Penn State. They have an Ashe and then an Echo. We're going to be able to, Echo's going to be able to flank. You see Cranky dealing with that right now. 2 shatters already going off there. University of Hartford's not landing, as instead Mesha able to put down a big one, able to take out the tank, but everybody else is still alive. Freeze does come up. Nobody getting caught there as University of Hartford whiffing quite a lot of these early build ultimates. Impressive to build, but if you're not going to get value out of it, oof, and it's not really going to turn out your way.
The only one caught there was Orimaru by an enemy Reinhardt pin. And now we do see Blackout opting to switch over to the Lucio, which I think is a valid option. The Brigitte not going to get the most value against the enemy composition. So I'm looking forward to see how they utilize this speedy boy.
Yeah, you have 2 speeds on the floor here. They do function completely differently, though. So it's going to be interesting to see University of Hartford choose between those 2. The Echo going in, copying. Only
Forces the copy out just by good mechanics. That's what you love to see.
Lucy was in the air for 2 seconds, or for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, they dropped out a
But,
window
yeah,
and immediately went down.
Is that like interesting to see this Lucio? Oh.
Somebody got stunned there, but not enough to get the ult not forced out. But it gets no value as University of Hartford does manage to back up, only losing True Blade 16. University of Hartford having to just back up here. They still have this ultimate though. The overclock could be very large, but it's going to require quite a lot of input skill to actually get headshots here, and a little bit of positioning, as I do like this boiler room take. University of Hartford is going to push underneath him. It's going to be a little bit of a conveyance. Ultimate pop. They're trying to push people back as best as they can. Cranky able to find the headshot into the body shot through the rail charge. Another kill as well. Cranky really utilizing this OC, only utilizing 1 ultimate. The ultimate used on the side of Penn State gets absolutely no value as True Blade 16 keeps the shield up. Cranky able to find the only 3 kills that fight. A very solid effort and a very, very solid spray. That is a cute little chibi.
Where?
It was over here. It's right there. And it's like, look, it's framed if you back up. Yeah, man.
Huh.
Yeah, man.
For a second, I forgot that as spectators, we can see where all the players are all time. So I was like, how come? I was like, why isn't Cranky just shooting the person directly? Like, they can't see. Oh.
It's like, oh my god, they have wall hacks. I could see them through the wall. Oh, unexpected. Oh, okay. Great play by Yori. Didn't like the fact that he stood in front of the wall, but now he's standing on the wrong side of it. But he does have the ultimate. This could be crazy. He backed though. Very smart play. I did not like him being on right side of Archway there. But once he gets wall back, I think it's going to be an Orimaru ultimate pop here, as that could be very swag. Beat does come out. Freeze comes out.
Massive, great placement.
I mean, this is going to be solid. It goes around both corners. Managed to get the BAP at maximum range, and the
Oh,
Reinhardt
but
who was
she
sitting on cart.
They're popping off.
Sethiano able to find one in the midst of that. They're going to have to
Good
play very
wall.
safe, but a great wall. BAP managed to get
That was
over.
solid.
Who is
Ash
this
messes
guy?
up. But this is numbers. I think this might be numbers.
That wall getting 2 of them, that was insane.
That was really good play overall from Orimaru. Really glad we were on board there for them. But we have 2 different ultimates here as Blackout. Orimaru visibly shaking his camera, misunderstanding how Blackout possibly died there. Triple H 16 trying to just keep this fight along as much as possible. University of Hartford really shouldn't have used any ults here, but the only H does whip it, as does Triple H 16. A little overzealous to think that they could win that 4v5, mispositioned, and without their biggest repositioning character in Blackout on the Lucio. Cranky
I'm sorry, the way
has
Blaze
one.
put across.
Now, they did end up trading 2 ults for 2, as the copy and the laser from the enemy Juno was traded out. So it's not the end of the world for the University of Hartford. Orimaru finds a great pick onto Lumplot, and now great shatter block, reading him like a book. Now, True Blade 16 just gonna go in crazy, ready to pin. 3, 2, 1. Wait, Ryan was supposed to die and then he pinned. Well, whatever.
I mean, this is incredible trigger discipline from True Blade. Just wanted to make sure that he sees that in the VOD later. University of Hartford holding a pretty solid position here. Cranky walking back from spawn. Down to a minute on the board for Penn State, as they got to make something happen here. They do have a slight ultimate advantage. Honestly, it has just equalized in the University of Hartford. Very close to a couple ultimates. Orimaru with a very consequential one, too. I mean, this May has been doing absolute work this whole time. So if they can stay up and use it, they should be very solid to potentially even extend this fight.
Oh, great pin by True Blade 16.
Fantastic. Orimaru does go down. Only H also forced back as they just kind of mispositioned there by going all the way deep into alley. But a couple ultimates online here. True Blade 16 might just turn around and whip it. I think he might.
He
Wants
was.
to,
Baptiste-
but
he-
with that May.
Yeah, afraid of the wall, afraid of the jump. He whips it, solo shatter, we needed that. A great beat as well, trying to put him into the wall, decides to not walk through bar, instead go all the way back.
Staggered.
Stagger, exactly. The longer that it takes, the longer it's going to take for them to actually respawn. A pin charge cancel. Triple 16 still up here, still trying to hold as best they can. Blackout is down though.
He's gonna stay alive. What a great laser.
It's equalized, but he wasn't able to block it there. Doesn't manage to connect the pin. Trying to do as much damage as possible. That Ryan is low, but they don't have pin. Triple 16 taking an entire German man straight to the chest.
The
Does
enemy
go
Reinhardt
down.
is so weak, but he's not gonna fall. He has the Juno, has a full HP shield. I
this
don't
is
know
an
where the wall
interesting
went, but where?
Wall might be in the back room there.
That hurts. Marvin's right next to it.
Making a very quick progression here, and yeah, they got it. They got the point. I mean, they were making very quick progress earlier. Point. I keep forgetting that like the more players on point, but it seems as though University of Hartford this might be a similar situation to last week. Thankfully, this is only the second round, so there's always more matches, but they could potentially defend here.
Oh, Triple A's dead.
They absolutely could, especially when they're only down to 1 minute here. Triple 16 going down is going to be a little bit perilous, though. But they have a lot of options. They could just back up. They can also make some pretty consequential swaps. This last corner of the map is different from every other portion of this map. But especially when you have such great positioning. You have the Ash top left, Sethiano taking out Cranky. And Leroy is looking, or we have Blackout looking for a boop. They don't manage to find it. But Sethiano is still going crazy. They are up in the Hawkeye's nest and absolutely getting insane value. G Witness also staying back. I think that Penn State there played it incredibly well. They set up the Ash where the Ash needed to be. They had the Baptiste just stay back and just rain fire and heals. That was really solid from Penn State, as they do manage to cap with time, even though they came in overtime, second point. So that was a very, very solid effort from Penn State. And University of Hartford's going to have to do a little bit better if they want to make sure that this overtime swings in their favor.
Ultimately, it all spiraled due to staggering. Hartford lost a member early on this first corner. True Blade 16 getting pinned into this back corner, being brought to 5 HP. Cranky getting picked back in this side wall after an Ash Dynamite. One after the other, led to a 3v5 final recontest at the very last second, and then the Juno coming out, trying to just stall for a moment longer. Really, not a lot they were able to do because of the staggering. I think if Hartford, plays a little more disciplined in that situation, just takes the time, either fully runs onto the objective to stall until they die, or completely disengage. Either option, I think they get a clean re-engage for that final objective where they could, actually threaten winning the fight.
No, absolutely, I agree. I think that it is my favorite thing that they have done here. They've gone Bastion. And I think that applies a lot of pressure, especially in the Rhine mirror, because you have a very high
Oh, this
damage.
May is dead.
This is a dead May. Everybody,
Oh.
F's in chat, that May is dead. Lumplot no longer in the game as University of Hartford manages to just cord them off by playing incredibly fast. That's what you get when you have double
They should
speed.
just go.
They really should just go here.
What are
Waiting for
what are we
something.
doing? Go!
I don't know
Go!
why, but the University of Hartford still has the advantage here.
Oh my god, why are they doing this rotation?
They were waiting for speed to go over height.
Why?
Even with
Why
one
are they
down.
what are they
This is Coach Culver being
Adam?
as mad as I am, but outwardly, and very
Yeah,
much deservedly
yo,
so.
I'm glad we got
This
that
is
pick on the
terrible.
May.
This is terrible. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
guys.
So that was a 4v5 advantage the University of Hartford had, and then they decided to give it up, and now they're dropping in bad, and then
And
Orimaru
we
is
lost
dead.
our May.
That is terrible. That
Hey,
was really bad.
I got a question for us. What's the benefit of this high ground? Like, why do we pat this way?
No idea.
We
Zero
pat this
clue.
way to clear out the enemies that are on the high ground. Hey, Peter, how many enemies were on the high ground?
There were zero.
Zero enemies that were on the high ground. The May was dead. The other 4 enemies were in this back little corner. We, easily could have just walked forward, held shield, sat on the objective, and won. But alas, we waited till the May came back. Hartford's more tilted than I am.
I would really hope so.
Why are we doing it again? Guys!
That's hitting right side. I imagine that this is something potentially covered in Scrim recently, if not for the last 3 years of working with them, because I know for a fact that this is a terrible idea, but they're still doing this rotation. At least some cooldowns have been baited out. There's no more a wall. And they are technically sitting right beneath them. Instead, they're going through Archway this time, pretending like they're the
Interesting.
defenders.
I'm okay with it.
This is better than dropping out of window. A great wall, a great pin. University of Hartford has an advantage here on CDs and health pools. They have point, and they're in a weird position. If they can keep up this weird position for long enough, you get more ultimates baited out. Honestly, that was swag. I think that shatter was cool. The University of Hartford gonna be able to take the point here, but how long they stagger these kills could mean that second point could also be taken. Who do they go on? I would have gone on the Reinhardt, actually. But that's fine. They get the backline kill. Baptiste does go down. Juno probably next if they're stuck in this right side corner. Somebody should definitely go and chase. That isn't the Juno. Definitely should have been Blackout. But that's completely fine as they do get back to some friendly people there. The University of Hartford's still up 1 right now, but they're going to start their second point crusade. A very odd first point. Just a simply odd first point.
As a quick recap, instead of taking the fight here in a 5v5, duke it out, they took 15 seconds, papped all the way up and around this way, yada, 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 dropped out through this side room, and then still took the fight here.
There's a fight going on.
I know. I.
Oh my god.
Go Hartford.
Cranky saved very, very seriously by Orimaru. Bob's still up in the backline though, and Cranky walks right back into it. The only H also going down to the University of Hartford. So he's put a little bit more pressure on Cart here as they have an advantage. There's not going to be a lot of pressure frontline to stop this Cart because the tank is down. From what we saw at the end there, that was a large ultimate fight as both Orimaru and Lumplot both popping the Mayots, both getting a decent amount of value there. But University of Hartford's not going to be able to want to make it back first. Wall goes up. They're going to have to back and respect a lot of these ultimates being fired. Cranky trying to find some ult value out of his. Doesn't get much. But this is a great late-term ult. University of Hartford does go down to a shatter, though Triple H 16 going way too bravely into that Knight, not holding up a shatter. Sethiano once again on an off angle, once again doing crazy things with it. The only H only survived by a headshot from Orimaru onto that flanking high ground Ash. University of Hartford just going to have to heal up a little bit, and if they do heal up fast enough, they should be able to get a good thing going here. The Shatter doesn't find any. The Bastion no longer has turret. They have to once again slow the pace down, but it's a 4v4. It is equal. You can get a little bit of card progress out of it. University of Hartford is going to have to make a big decision. A great wall split here. They choose to go right. Great communication between Orimaru and Trueblade 16 as Lump Lock goes down because of it. A 4-man assist on that kill. Orimaru pushing past the window as it is no longer valuable on the side of Penn State.
Trueblade 16 pinning straight into the enemy team. The Reinhardt does end up getting frozen by Orimaru's Blizzard, and now Hartford going to be able to cap this next objective, and they have 3 minutes to work with coming into this final point.
That's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to make sure they had as much time as possible so that they could actually...
No way she lives, right guys? Right
currently living.
Guys.
Still alive.
Heartbreaking. It's okay.
It's a heartbreaking spell without an E.
Now we got the enemy Ash in the Hawk's Nest, sponsored by University of Hartford Dining, Campus Dining. Follow them, UHart Dining on Instagram. Make
and
sure
Lucio
you
trying to hawk
comments.
to a spin on that Fang as they do force down the Ash from
What?
Hawk's Nest.
Dude,
As University of Hartford...
I mean, someone made the joke.
Somebody had to. University of Hartford taking this high ground, and that's all you need to do. You just need to apply a small amount of pressure, and they will back up and just collapse. Set the Yano in a bad position. Does not get any value. That is a big boom. Chocolate chip double fudge cookie. Did they also use ultimate? Mesha losing the ultimate as well, and everybody surviving here through beat, through only H's heals. University of Hartford playing incredibly well. Cranky just whipping the ultimate as fast as he possibly can. Just raining artillery strikes. Sethiano back on the Tracer, gonna try and touch, trying to keep this alive. That Tracer lived for maybe a second too long. A great wall as the University of Hartford's just gonna try and limp this one in. It's gonna be all stagger fights, so they need to play this very fast so they don't get a big group up. But the University of Hartford manages to do that, and they finish with 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Or something. I don't understand how overtime works.
I don't get it either. We've been working on this for weeks. I still don't understand this, but you know what? We're having fun. Someone finally said Hawk Tour on the Twitch stream. I mean, we go to a campus where there's nothing but Hawks, and no one makes the joke.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 people have made it, and it's like I feel like we need more recognition here because it's funny. It's a little funny.
It's honestly pretty funny. Also, wait, really quick, if you happen to be a person who knows somebody, I'm talking to the camera here, talking to anybody in stream, if you'd like to clip this, please send it to my favorite computer part company, Noctua. Noctua, you make fantastic products. You literally make the best fans on the market. I understand that you probably don't care about marketing because you're the best. When you make products that good, you don't even need to market. But Noctua, spin on that thing. It is just there for you. You change 2 letters. You change the T in spit to spin, and then you change the hawk to knock. That's all you do. It just tweet that out. 100K likes on God. What are you looking at, Adam?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume Adam's looking at you funny. Oh, that's a painting. With the Big Ben.
I don't look at him.
Also incredibly valid. We see something very interesting here. We see Penn State come out on the Goof Troop Goober comp.
Junkrat.
I mean, that's just special.
Am I finally gonna get a chance to talk about Junkrat? I'll never forget that first match when I was trying to discuss the meta of Junkrat and like the whole team died. But I definitely want to see how Junkrat works on this match, just because of the fact that this is once again a close range area. Those bombs are easy to avoid. And it's gonna be, or not as easy to avoid, but especially when he dies, as similar to Symmetra, he has a passive ability that's able to take people out regardless if he's alive or not.
They're getting value out of this Junkrat. Well, maybe not so much everybody else on the team, as Penn State is kind of going a bit crazy here. Trueblade 16 able to find the Junkrat, actually 0 value out of that Junkrat. Trueblade 16 facing off against the Widow at pretty close range. This Widow has a pretty nasty angle right now. Everyone's going to have to watch their head. Overtime does start. University of Hartford just backing up. They know that they only need 1 fight win. Are they going to try and go for first? They do go for a pin, and they do get a touch, actually. Mesha stuck between a rock and a hard place as the wall is still up.
Doing crazy value in this hotel room, though.
Lumplot gets the kill off of the trap. University of Hartford going in for a 5-man fight and does not get the value they wanted. That's going to set them back quite a bit of time and quite a bit of space, as University of Hartford is going to have to back all the way out and reset here. Let me get a 3 POV. Look at this skin. For $40 only, you can dress up like Uraraka from My Hero Academia, and you could look like that. And I think it looks cool.
The skin came pretty quick. I mean, are there any other Boku no Hero Academia skins, or did they just were like, oh, she floats, they both float, let's get it?
No, I think there's 2 more. I think that there's also Shigaraki as Reaper, and then I think that Tracer is the small little twerp that I hate.
Deku.
Deku, yeah, that guy.
Reinhardt, speaking of.
Crazy shatter!
Oh!
That makes
They
sense.
C9 though!
No,
But they
no,
C9!
yeah, they C9! That's what I was owing for!
That was a 4-man Riptire followed by a C9 by Penn State.
Yeah.
What a brilliant mind
yeah,
game play by TrueBlade 16. He knew that was gonna happen. He went in. He was like, "I got my life," and they win the round.
They did win the round. I mean, University of Hartford, all they had to do was push them off point for even a couple seconds there, especially when you're that deep into overtime. You just need to push them off. A shatter and a couple swings is going to do the exact trick that you're going to need. But, I mean, that tire a second earlier just kills 4. And that's another point probably taken away from the University of Hartford there. They have a
Is that
chance
what
now.
happened?
Yeah.
Is that what happened, Junkrat? Junkrat got him?
Junkrat got 4 kills there, but didn't matter as they got it technically as overtime went away because they got forced off point. So University of Hartford in a really solid position here to potentially to still catch this, as all they need to do is make it halfway past book or the bookstore second corner of second point. So they're in good straits here.
Yo, I'll be so real.
Mhm.
I don't even realize how I get to this camera position. I just am always here.
Yeah.
And I never remember myself fly here.
It feels like you have a lineup, but I have no idea how you line it up. Unless you're just hitting the skybox and both left, right, and box.
Yeah, I mean this is the corner.
Okay.
But anyways,
University of Hartford playing what they play as well as they can. Penn State the only one to switch it up. However, actually, sorry, I did not even notice that there was a Symmetra range. Orimaru misses the TP. Junkrat comes up top, not able to be taken down immediately though. TrueBlade 16 not able there to catch it. But
not a fan of this rotation with the enemy Junkrat. This makes
Yeah,
it
this is-
really dangerous.
it's
But
a tight
Hartford
corner.
sticking to the only thing they know, which is coming into this tunnel, and gonna see how they can make this work.
I would drop fast.
Junkrat has his ultimate. Hartford does not know.
They do not. They're also ignoring him, even though he is in the 4K incoming.
Oh, Blackout with the hero play.
Whew! That was nice.
Very quick ult.
And they do end up trading DPS for DPS. So Hartford not out of this yet. Although it is extremely chaotic at this point. Blackout dancing in the background. And now TrueBlade 16 on this front line, trying to lock up the Sarissa, keep them off the objective. A good sphere comes out though, gets him incredibly low. The only H really close to his ultimate, and a massive use of the missiles could kick into the Zenyatta, keeps him down. And Hartford, with just a Baptiste remaining for Penn State, seems like they're going to be able to take this.
Cameraman, can I get a free cam POV on that turret on point real quick? That thing
It's
lived.
just sitting there.
Yeah, it got thrown from spawn. It's all I've been able to look at through that entire fight because Jason or Cranky threw it from spawn. It landed on point and did, like, unironically probably 100 damage to the Orisa, and just stayed there and nobody shot it. There were 2 of them too, so one of them got shot and the other one just didn't get shot.
Probably because it's in the middle of like the battle, in the middle of battle, so you can't really. It's either you shoot this small tiny thing that's doing a little damage, or you try and get that's actually doing more.
Not only more damage, but also on the point here, as we're going to see a lot of point pressure as University of Hartford only 18 seconds remaining here. They only need to cap a great ultimate. No spinny
Oh, it's
spear?
massive. They're not going to be able to touch.
Solid.
Oh, the Orisa does have the fortify, but 2 kills go down.
Something on the
The
wall.
Transcendence, not enough. Bob can't get there either. And Hartford take map number 2, Kings Row. And we move on to map 3.
That was solid from University of Hartford. That was
Solid.
really good.
I need to complain to them in person at some point about their,
We could drive up this weekend because I'm also mad about it. Like, it's simply like, so the rotation is, no, it's just bad. They don't know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because they know that
Exactly.
it's good, but they don't know why it's good. It's like playing in poker, you get like a double ace and you're just like, I'll go all in firsthand. It's like you do not know what anybody else has. You do not know what the board is going to look like. There's so much more extrapolatory information that you require to know to make a call like that. Is getting 2 aces a really good hand? Yes. Do you know what's going to be the river? No. Like you just don't know what's going to flop or turn or river.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you just running it down main? You got to play the game, and that's something that University of Hartford overall does not do. They do not play the meta game of Overwatch. They play the game of Overwatch pretty dang well though, and they were able to very sloppily convert those rotations that they did win, but not because they played that strategy right at all.
Yeah.
So if you're watching the VOD right now, and I'm pretty sure it's only Jack watching it. Hi Jack.
Hi, Jack.
I tell you this.
It's like,
Huh?
I was gonna make an analogy. It's like watching. It's like being. It's like right now. I'm at a parent teacher conference watching like a professor dad getting explained that like his son is failing like the thing that he
Yeah.
teaches the most.
Yeah, no, I've been in a lot of parent teacher conferences like that. But to Jack, if you're watching this, I tell you this every day. I don't need to extrapolate on any of the things I said. You just need to listen at some point. Um, we'll be heading into our third map here. University of Hartford up 2-0 against Penn State Rehmend. Anybody want to give me a solid guess on what Rehmend means before I Google it again?
Means to fix.
I think it's their medical. I don't know. But I was gonna say, definitely speaking on the meta that our team has been playing with, it seems as though in moments of panic, it definitely gets a lot worse as it was last week. Everyone was playing. It just felt like everyone was playing a different character to like try and stick with the last round of like the last match. But yeah, I understand what you guys are saying when it comes to them playing into what Overwatch is, or like more just playing, like you said, playing Overwatch, but not what the. I know. I think one of the favorite metas that ever. I think I called it like the bad biddy bodyguard, and it was like, I think it was like Widowmaker, Mercy, and then a third female character. I know it was all female characters, and then Roadhog as their tank. And it played. I had to play up against it, and it was terrifying.
Yeah, no, I think that like the thing that me and Adam I think appreciate most about Overwatch is the way that metas change the meta game, because it's really annoying that this word means so many things, but you have a meta or a optimal way of playing, and then you have a meta or meta analytical perspective of a game. And in poker, that's reading another person's body language. In baseball, that's seeing how pitchers use signs and the commonality of certain statistics, like when is a player going to steal a base. In basketball, it's what hand does this person favor, right? That's the meta analytical game. In Overwatch, the meta-analytical game of Overwatch is when do you apply certain strategies, micro strategies, or even macro strategies such as rotations, flank angles, splitting a character, or like you said, protection comps, where you literally bait and utilize a high damage, low health pool Widowmaker and say, come get her. And then you have a Roadhog lurking around a corner, right? That is a genuine strategy, but you have to understand why you would do that and when you do that, especially because Overwatch is a very fluid game. Things change very rapidly, and very much like you said, if you don't tape a calm head in the middle of a fight, like University of Hartford has not been doing, you lose the opportunity to do those or even recognize a situation where you can go, oh, right now would be really good for this micro play, or to play like a two-man game, where you're like, okay, Ryan and Sim are the core of a comp. Ryan and Sim could just teleport into the backline right now. Even if Ryan and Sim are the only two alive, if the Ryan at 1 HP and a Sim sits behind a full HP Ryan shield, they can get kills and get value out of that. But I don't think that that level of analysis is something the University of Hartford is very good at just yet. Oh my lordy wardy, is this the first time we've seen Venture? No, we've seen Venture this season.
We have our last match. Our opponents played a lot of the Venture.
Yeah, Venture's cool. I like Venture.
She's scary. She's scary.
Forces out the turret very early, actually.
Yeah, they're just like me for real. Trueblade 16, however, on the Junker Queen, loving it. Absolutely hating it. Misses the axe. Never mind, throw away the whole character. Can't jump on the bench. 3 jumps missed.
Okay.
Let's count. Okay, so far we have 3 jumps.
So let's watch this person instead. Let's
watch
watch
this
this
person
person
instead.
instead. 10 HP.
It's okay.
Let's
It's okay.
watch-
We-
Let's watch Blackouts in spawn.
Let's
He's
watch
in
this
spawn.
person.
Guys.
Ha.
Oh shoot! My computer hasn't been charging this entire time.
Now,
Oh,
it's
that would be bad.
interesting to see Trueblade opting to stick with this Junker Queen. I think it is super valid against this Ramatra. Ryan is a little awkward on this map, and there aren't a lot of great dive characters to play into this. Although D.Va could be a candidate.
D.Va could be a good candidate, and I know I'm going to say it and immediately get chastised by the Elder Gods of Overwatch. Oh, never mind. I take it back. Junker Queen is awesome.
What?
A really solid pull down as University of Hartford's Trueblade 16 gets a really sick axe onto that Bastion, who is going to be a big problem for them if he does not get moved. And he simply gets moved. University of Hartford's still going to have to slow play this as best as they possibly can. Great wall and a solid off angle here from Cranky. As long as he can continue to offer pressure and not necessarily feed, that would be really solid as they do back at low HP, but Lumplot able to find them around the corner as they dove way too far into the team's backline. University of Hartford still here trying to look for their first kill of this game so far as Esperanza. Oh, it's not
Oh,
the
that's
best, but
massive!
that's massive. Trueblade 16
Wait.
able to find Lumplot.
Oh.
That didn't hit the brig.
I don't think it hit the brig. The shield going up and playing really weird shield mechanics. Mesha able to find 2 more again, and I am just realizing for the first time that Mesha is swapped off of the tank and gone over to DPS.
I want to
was
see them switch.
noticing. I wasn't sure.
I personally want to see at least either of these teams switch off of Juno right now, just because I personally I like Juno, but I feel like this area, the game that they're playing right now is too open, and that robot's moving that robot can move pretty fast, especially if they're trying to pull ult to make an advancement. So
I mean, especially after the
definitely-
recent changes that we've seen, Juno gets a much smaller range to actually have effectiveness. But that's exactly the way you go D.Va. You just DM the Bastion. You keep them from doing a hell of a lot of damage. University of Hartford finally regaining control over the spot. No meters on the board just yet. They're going to try and chase down this Juno. A late stagger kill on them could be very, very large. The University of Hartford is still kicking with 7 minutes on the board here to make a difference. It's going to be a lot of hero plays back to back.
Monstrous uphill battle now for the University of Hartford. I believe they lost two fights in a row. In Penn State got so much objective progress on both of those. Sometimes we see 2 fights resulting in just the checkpoint getting captured, but because of how it played out, they got 115 meters, which is wild.
yeah, I just realized we have 6 minutes left. Six and a half minutes left.
I mean, this is like a daunting Herculean task for the University of Hartford. Almost Sisyphean in nature, as they're going to have to push this ball all the way uphill. And that is the total amount of Greek references that I have in my bag. The University of Hartford, however, using both support ults here. Not seeing a lot of damage on the board, but Lumplot incredibly low at top right. I'm not even seeing where this is happening.
Juno gap.
That is a Juno gap. Somebody screenshot it and put it in the Discord. Which Discord? I don't know. But the University of Hartford still living here. A great effort from the Only H and the beat on the side of Leroy, or Blackout. So University of Hartford continues to push here.
Now, I do really wish that... oh, great stagger coming out by Trueblade 16 onto the Lumplot Bastion. Now, I do really wish that... Oh, he did the tech!
What's happening?
There's a Sojourn tech that he refuses to learn, but he just did it, and I'm happy. Now, I was saying I really want to see Cranky use the ultimate in this fight here, and there it is. It comes out right as this Maywall blasting into the enemy Ramatra. A ton of value. Oh, with the high noon.
Peek the Cassidy
Dangerous.
If you don't peek the Cassidy's gonna peek you. He did not. He fires a little bit early. University of Hartford's Trueblade 16 still in this place, just going absolutely crazy. And honestly, a really good disengage. This is the double speed in action. Trueblade 16 staying, though. Not backing up as much as he wants to. Maybe here to protect Muru. Very solid.
Oh,
incredibly
the Blizzard comes
solid.
back in. Fantastic re-engage coming up by the University of Hartford as they just come in and mollywop some of the squishies by Penn State. Now it's just a ROM cast brig that remain. The rally does get invested by Moocal, and now Witness all that remains. And clean 5-0 fight win for the University of Hartford.
You know, I guess it's a blessing in disguise that there was 5 minutes left, because they are making they're making very good progress. Also wanted to say earlier, it was pretty funny that you used a poetic Greek analogy, and then referencing Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, Overwatch is the biggest Greek tragedy that we still play this game after all these years. Because they
Yeah.
keep on making it fun. They keep on releasing skins like this one, which you can buy today for $40. Look at this skin. You could be your favorite anime character. Somebody's favorite anime character, not mine, but somebody's, and you could be them. The University of Hartford, playing alongside this incredible, very expensive skin, gets another beat. Only H holding on to this ultimate that'll also provide a little bit of damage. Probably going to pop it halfway through this fight, but this is a good stall position here. They want to see whether or not there's going to be ult investments on the side of Penn State, and they do see it. A great orbit call as well. Is this going to provide damage and heal through a lot of that Ramatra damage? Lumplock goes down.
So much damage
stand
coming out by this okay.
I mean, this is a great effort by the University of Hartford. I mean, they are tackling the task. They are slaying the Tiger. They are going after the Hydra. Mesh is still able to find one, and that could slow down their progress here. University of Hartford needs to push it as far as they possibly can, but they cannot take a genuine fight here if they don't have all 5, especially this deep in enemy territory. It's like having the closest spawns that exist in the game. We haven't seen spawns this bad since 2CP's second point. University of Hartford, knowing that and having to back a great little skirt by University of Hartford's True Blade 16.
Way.
Where is the heal?
The
only
H
H
was
gets
taken
caught out. No.
Unfortunate
Echo.
happening.
Oh, this is the only time I will ever say that True Blade 16 Cry Havoc for heals is somewhat valid, but only a small amount.
For a second, I was like, why is Echo taking on D.Va? And then it made sense.
Please run away.
Yeah, the University of Hartford needs to regroup here. They have 2 minutes. They could mount an incredible comeback here. Overall, they have put up 112 meters on the board without a single fight lost. They could keep that up, but they're going to need at least 2 to 2.5 fights to get through that and reclaim the lead.
And all because of bad staggers, Hartford is now taking this on their side of the near respawn. Right? Penn State got that respawn advantage because of the staggering, and now Hartford, they try to flip this around.
That's a frozen JQ
with
though.
The Blizzard. JQ does fall. Triple H 16, and the baby D.Va just going crazy, taking out the Junker Queen, and now the only H on this Juno finds a pick of himself, and now D.Va is somehow surviving this entire fight. Orimaru still kicking it on the May, and Hartford do win this fight decently cleanly. Only one ult invested. I believe that was a 2-for-1 trade, as both support ults are on cooldown for Penn State. True Blade 16 going crazy, looking for a couple follow-up kills, but seems to settle down just a little bit here. As Hartford, roughly 1-fight territory. If they win this next fight, or even get, a pick and can force the objective advantageously, they're looking to take the lead. A great Maywall coming out by Orimaru here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and that's incredibly low JQ. Oh, it's extra assistance from Cranky on the top with the OC. A copy on the side of that. I mean, this Echo has been going crazy with building the ultimates. Mesha also going insane on this Cassidy. Able to find another kill. Could be very, very large. University of Hartford honestly could just slow down a little bit as they wait for equalization here. But it is 4 apiece on either side. University of Hartford trying to stay up in this fight, get a little bit more progress, but they can't really push this far into the valley. If they get too close to spawns, they're going to be at a large disadvantage. They know that they back up. Orimaru is going to beat them up top, most likely. University of Hartford is going to reset up. They have both ultimates on the back line ready to go. Both could be very large, but one should probably be used defensively. The other used aggressively on this corner, such as we hear the orbit go down, University of Hartford does also have to face against G-Witness, as they do have the ult, and the beat is used perfectly to defend against it. University of Hartford just needs a converted kill as only H finds 1, finds 2. That's Uraraka doing gravity magic right now, as True Blade 16 able to find a 3rd and then a 4th, and with 1 left, University of Hartford in overtime just needs to get to the point here, and it's going to be an absolute hero play from Lumplot, who just needs to stall it out long enough for a real fight, and University of Hartford needs to kill him fast enough. They kill him before beat goes off, but that's 3 on point already. University of Hartford needs to take this as serious as possible. Never mind Orimaru with the fantastic Blizzard. It's all going to be frail touches as the University of Hartford is able to break through all of them. These brittle touches going nowhere as the University of Hartford finishes off this map 3 and finishes off the game series to 3-0 against Penn State Rehmend. A very solid effort on the side of University of Hartford as they come back from a sad loss last week to a 3-0. against a pretty solid team. It was very back and forth. Do not let these scores confuse you. A great effort from the University of Hartford there to kind of close it out here on
Let them know
Esperanza.
you heart.
Yeah,
Let them know.
This was a really back and forth match.
It was.
Actually, how did Lijiang Tower go?
Lijiang Tower's a little one-sided.
Yeah,
Actually,
Lijiang,
there's some back and forth.
it was a little back and forth, but overtime forced on Kings Row with a last fight victory, and exact same situation here on Esperanza as well. This was a really hard fought match for the University of Hartford. A couple silly errors led to a little bit of bad, trickle down effect, but at the end of the day, they come out with the 3-0 victory and move on to 3-1 in their ECAC season so far. We want
So I think I want to go. So yeah, let's do that.
Might as well. So thinking about the interview here, we're thinking about getting the only H, the Juno player for the University of Hartford, as we have never interviewed the only H before.
I want to know where his name comes from.
So chat, take your time now. Think of questions. Maybe send a message in chat to think for questions. After. Wait 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Wait for the map to end. All right, now send the message.
Remind me again.
The only H.
The only H? Or what thing did the only H play?
The only H was on Juno.
Oh. Yeah, definitely. Comparatively speaking, this was probably one of their closest wins this semester. I personally enjoyed watching the fight. I know Adam is heated over a few things, but
Justifiably so. Let's be honest.
Justifiable.
Justifiable.
I will say though, because okay.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Church.
Wibbledy wobbledy. Turn off the bodily. I don't know. You could also leave. Oh wait, no, you can't leave. Hello, church. Hello. How's it going?
Hi.
Go over to this one. I hope nothing broke there. Okay. Hello. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty well.
Transition. Wait, no one put the score. Oh.
No, but we won.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that we won.
I'll fix that.
Oh.
Why don't you start off the interview while I fix that?
Hello. You want to introduce yourself for the fans at home?
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name's Harold Church. I'm a robotics engineer. I'm a sophomore at UHart, and I'm part of the esports team. I'm their flex support. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How long have you been playing Overwatch?
Actually, last year.
You started playing last year?
Yeah.
I did not realize how recently you started playing. You have improved a lot for 1 year. That's kind of crazy.
Thank you.
You got a question?
Hi, man.
Hi.
Where'd you get your name from?
Well, let's see. It comes from a long lineage of my father.
No, sorry, your gamer tag.
Oh.
H.
Let's see. Well, I became up the only H because, well, it's the only H. I'm the only herald. The H can stand for many things. The only healer, the only hottie. But I think the only H is like just something I came up with on by accident.
Okay. I mean, yeah,
That's
I think a lot
name.
of people's gamer tags kind of transist from whenever they first started playing gaming or something like that. But I do like that. I like that interpretation. I think interpreting a username is more interesting than where it actually comes from.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a question from chat from Mate Plays. The Q is, how does it feel to obliterate Penn State?
Oh, well. Shout out to Penn State. Love, just all love, but pretty easy.
Ooh.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. This was was this the first time you've played an official match before?
Yeah, actually.
Wow. Okay. So then tell us a little bit about that. What was the prep like for that? Were there any nerves going into it? Any sort of wisdom that you received from some of the veterans on the University of Hartford team that has been doing this for a minute? Anything like that with your emotions or anything like that going into this match?
Let's see. Well, I didn't really have any prep, I would say, but just like playing with the team in general before the matches started, like last semester, just like kind of got me into the balance of just playing with the team and focusing on not just healing but also doing damage to the other team.
I saw you 1v1 there, Juno. I was super happy.
Yeah, we almost took a screenshot and posted it in the Discord. Honestly, we probably still could go back and take a screenshot. But yeah, that was really awesome. I think that balancing that is very difficult, especially when nerves are on the line or you're playing in a match. You might just default back to like old tried and true. Let me just heal, especially being a support. But it's important to
Right.
remember that you can also do other things there. Um, so that's really good to hear. I'm glad to also hear that there's still a little bit of calmness and you're doing great for your interview as well. It seems like you're rather confident after this win. Um, Tell me a little bit about the Juno changes. So we've had a couple patches that came through on Tuesday. Juno is objectively worse. Um,
Really? I didn't see the
objectively
patch notes for that.
via the numbers, but apparently we don't care very much. Did you see the patch notes? Did you take them into consideration at all? What was the thought process there?
Well, from what I remember, I only saw that they nerfed her healing a little bit for the torpedoes. So I didn't take that much into consideration with that. But I figured if I can input enough damage on the enemy team to make them back up, it would fix the problem of having to be healing less.
Yes.
So as long as I keep inputting damage, keeping their team back, and make sure they don't freak out. As long as my team doesn't freak out and separate from me, we can keep them back and just win.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I can't believe what I'm hearing in the background. Yeah, I think that that is a pretty good point that we even saw play out during the game. During that match, I think there were a couple times in which like the large fights that you guys did lose, it was literally just a separation issue, a little bit too hectic, and people were splitting and making pretty wild decisions. I think I want to answer this question or ask this question, so I don't let Coach Culver ask this question.
Oh goodness.
What the? Wow. Okay, I'm also tilted about it. Apparently,
Let's
Jesus.
have Kayla ask
Yeah,
this
let's have
question.
Kayla ask about King's Row.
Yeah.
Let's have Kayla
Okay.
ask.
I already know what the question is. So
Oh.
in one of the previous matches with King's Row, if I'm just gonna just slowly ask the question in case I get anything wrong. But you guys decided to make a profound and confident approach to kill just the May and then stay on high ground X amount of time. Why?
Yeah. So there was no thought process really. We just kept kind of trying to flank them to throw them off. And once we just kind of did it, I feel like we just kind of just anybody that was within line of sight, we just kept swinging.
Oh, that was more verbose of an answer than I expected. Yeah, you guys are really gonna get it next practice. I honestly think Adam might just cancel the next scrim and just yell at you guys for 2 hours. Like, I mean, yeah. But let's ask another question here, and a pretty important one from chat. We have it from Ori underscore Moro. Moro. I think that's how you say that.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
I bet that guy's like a wrecking ball one trick.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like Ori, like Orbit, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
How does it feel to ring for Rehmend 1982?
Oh wait, we got camera.
Hi.
Hello.
And sorry, what was the question? I was a little distracted.
The question was, how does it feel to ring for Rehmend 1982? This does come from your teammate currently in the room, Joe. So if you want to beat him up for that, you can.
Thank you, Joe. Honestly, I don't know, to be honest. It kind of just like feels surreal.
Someone get him out of here, man.
Just cool with it.
He's going crazy in the back.
What are you going to say, bro? Sorry, I got distracted too. That was sick. But yeah, I think that was a bit more BM. We have another one from Mate Plays asking real questions out here. How would you describe the synergy between you and your teammates, especially after playing this first time inside of a match? You've definitely scrimmed with them before, definitely been playing with them a lot more as of recent. But what was it like to actually put that synergy to the test in a match like scenario?
Honestly, it was honestly really exhilarating. Because mostly, yeah, I wouldn't be reclusive. I wouldn't talk at all. I would just stay silent the entire game and just be like, "Oh, I died." That's literally all it was. But being put into a match, I was more vocal than before, and it was pretty exciting to just play with them and play as a team and not just solo.
Yeah, no, and it very much looked like I think you were a very large linchpin, especially when we got to Esperanza. I want to call it a couple of like pretty amazing plays. The choice to use ultimates in certain orders were very solid. I think a specific call out for me was the synergy between you and Leroy Blackout in the back line to pop an aggressive orbit on the side of the Juno. So that was your ultimate just going forward, attacking, forcing the Junker Queen to back up, take a lot of damage, and then pop their ultimate all for Leroy to then immediately hit the beat. I think that was perfect synergy. I think that was very, very awesome. However, another moment that I think I want to call out was first map Li Zhang. You get trolled by Joe. You get hard trolled by your Mei after first fight. You're trying
Oh,
to
I
get out.
remember that.
You get walled to go through choke main. What were the comms like then when you literally got murdered by your own teammate? And will you be throwing hands in the parking lot later tonight? Because you can.
Maybe.
And it would not be the first time that the University of Hartford Overwatch team has thrown hands with each other in the parking lot right outside the Gamer Dome.
Why is it actually so funny?
If he can run them out, he can run them in.
That's what I'm saying. What was he running mouth? I want to know. What were the comms like? What was the vibe like? Were you pissed? When he slaughtered
That
you.
moment, Jackson said, "Get out, get out, get out." As I walked through the door, he walled me. I'm like, really? I tried to fight back, and then
I see how it is.
he watched me as I died too.
And you're just like, oh, I'm shooting the enemy May wall. Wait a second, the enemy doesn't have a May. Oh, this is my own teammate, and I listen.
Hey, watch your back, Joe.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I would.
You know that time when you're 1 HP in that 1v1 and you got me behind you?
Oh no, I missed.
Oh
no,
no.
I was
Jack,
reloading.
Jack,
Oh,
what was
no.
that? You need help? Jack?
I
I'll go.
there was one bullet missing in my clip. I had to reload. I'm so sorry.
That's why he was that critical. I didn't say nothing.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
all my specials are not on cooldown. I'm so sorry. I can't do
It's like,
anything.
oh, everything's on cooldown. Oh no. Who
How
unplugged my
unfortunate. I only have
mouse?
one bullet.
No.
I need more bullets. I need more bullets. Okay. But yeah, I think there's a lot of questions, going over the things like from the match and stuff. I'm gonna throw it over to Caleb before we throw it over to our penultimate. Or sorry, let's throw it over to Caleb for our penultimate question before we reach our final question by University of Hartford. Oh, never mind. Actually, I think I'll hit another one here. Actually, or Caleb, do you want to take the question from chat here?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll do that. I love doing this. So Mate plays asks, how do you feel about the current meta? Are there any heroes or strategies powered or underused? Question mark.
You cut
You're
out a
cutting
little
out
bit.
for me.
The
Damn,
second sentence.
All right. How do you feel about the current meta? Question mark. Are there any heroes or strategies that feel overpowered, underused? Question mark.
Well, personally, for me, I don't pay attention to the meta because as long as you're good as your character, you can definitely decimate a team.
Take
That's
notes.
just my
Take
point of view.
notes. Actually, Jack in the Gamer Dome right now should be taking notes.
Oh Jesus.
Crazy. He's not even here. He's gone.
Thanks.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
I
Flagging
just
down,
realized
flagging
that our Discord doesn't have our cameras.
Yeah, it doesn't
So,
have our cameras.
Joe, yeah.
But yeah, so I really like that answer. But do you think there's any characters or comps or strategies that are underused? Because overpowered makes sense, if you're good at a bad character for sure. But are there any strategies you feel are underused? And like a person who is really good at, let's say, Pharah could come through and really do a lot of work on it. Are there any characters like that for you, especially as a support player?
Let's see. Well, I kind of feel like a character is like less used because every time a patch note comes out for a new character to either buff or nerf them, she's more lessly used. It's Lari.
Mm.
Every single comp I've seen, I've never seen an Alari played. Either because A, they can't use them. B, she gets killed off too quickly, or C, her pylon is just not helping anybody.
Hmm.
I kind of feel like another character that's kind of like lessly used, in a sense. Well, I wouldn't say lessly used, just like really annoying to be in, would be Mercy.
Yeah.
Every Mercy player I've seen is good at healing, but good at healing,
Yeah.
but they die off too quickly.
Yeah.
So that's why she's like lessly used.
Yeah. I definitely get that. But I think that's gonna bring it to an end for our questions. At least all of our very normal, sporadic questions asked by chat. Instead, I think
Okay.
I'm gonna throw it over to Eric Culver for the final question. For the first
Shut
time
up.
ever, Harold, I'm very excited for you to be able to answer this. Adam, well, it's kind of clean. Oh, damn, he hitting that shit. Oh my God. Okay, my boy.
Hello, Harold.
Hello.
Final question. I would like to ask you the same
Yeah.
final question that I have asked for about 2 years at the end of every interview. Drum roll, please. What comes next? Match is over. Clean 3-0. What do you got next on the docket? You know, next hour, next 24 hours, next 7 days, next year. You know, what's your future look like?
Well, life is a journey. You can either take the high road, or you can fall off. So wherever it takes me is where it takes me.
Banger.
Oh, is he?
Final answer.
That was
Solid.
That might be the best answer to that question we've ever heard. That was nice. I honestly, that was good. That was good. All right, I'm gonna expect that the people in the background kind of moseying about are doing their little pee dances and they need to go home. So we're gonna end it there. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very much to Harold. Congratulations on the win. It was a very hard fought and well deserved victory. Congratulations on your first match as well. Hope to see you in many more going forward in the future. And we're gonna close it out here. Thank you very much to my casters, Kayla and Coach Adam. Thank you guys all very much. We should be back again, same time, same channel next week for the University of Hartford's 5th match in the ECAC Fall 2024 season. Thank you all very much and have a lovely, lovely evening. Bye bye.
Ciao, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Taco Bell. Well, if that's it, there's what I talk about. There's what I talk about.
Bro,
He race again of something.
this is so off topic. Off topic here, but McDonald's